Hey, what's going on, everyone? If you haven't heard, last week there was leaks of the new DJI drone coming out, in which we were going to hear about this on the 23rd, which is tomorrow when I'm making this video. But actually everything is now leaked, everything is now available except for the final pricing, but they do have an expected price, and that usually varies between $100 or $200 or so. So here it is. This is the new DJI Mavic Air, which essentially looks like a DJI Spark and the Mavic Pro had a kid together, and it's sitting in between them. Now, if you ask me, it actually looks more like a Spark and a GoPro Karma. So it's a very interesting thing. It's in between both, so it's not going to be as big, but you're going to get something of more quality out of it compared to a Spark. Now, obviously, there's going to be a price difference and feature differences and everything, but people were worried that, well, now I have a DJI Mavic. Am I going to get something a little more? I got to pay more money, or is anything worth an upgrade? Here's what we know. We know that this might be a $700 drone. That's the expected price. Once again, if anything official, I'll link that down below in the pinned post to update that. So probably about $700 for something like this, which fits in between. DJI Spark is what, $400 or $500. The Mavic Pro, $900 to $1,000. So it's a soft spot right in the middle. You're going to get 4K video at 60 frames per second apparently, which is a big deal for something like that because a lot of people want 4K. They wanted it at 24p a couple of years ago when it was first getting into it. Now they want it in 30 and 60 frames per second because that's how the industry moves. People are going to want 120 frames, but that's just a little overkill right now. The other big thing you might hear about is their Panorama Mode, and that's going to be 32 megapixels, and what it's going to do, like the DJI stuff does, is the drone is going to spin to give you that 360 and give you that panoramic mode, and I think it's going to have a couple different settings and everything, so that way you can stitch and everything, and you could go crazy on that. So that's going to be a 32 megapixel thing. It's going to work like it's essentially going to work like the Mavic and Spark does. All the legs fold, and it will be a 3-axis gimbal, so you're going to still get stabilization. The other big thing on this one is that you will have several obstacle avoidances, mainly on your front, your rear, and the underneath, so that way you are safe and it's a smart drone. So continuing what they liked about the Spark DJI, they're still going to have your gesture controls, so that way you could control it, you know, tell it to go backwards and do all that kind of stuff. So if you like all that stuff, that's still going to be there. The other thing is it has a 20-minute flight time. Now that's pretty much around right where the Mavic is, and I think this Spark is what, 14 or 15 minutes or something like that. So the fact that it's pretty much running like the Mavic could be is actually a very cool thing, and you're now getting a lot of value for your money at that point. They didn't mention anything about a controller necessarily, but they usually bundle that with a kit, and on one of the sites it did say that there's probably going to be a controller with a kit, and all you're going to get your bundle thing with the battery, the controllers, and everything like that. And right now this is looking to be a red, white, and black version. Now, to really know how a lot of this is true, there's even a kid in Hong Kong who had a white version, and he unboxed it on the street. So this is real. This is going to happen. The official announcement is tomorrow from when you're watching this on the 23rd. So 22nd, 23rd, the DJI Mavic Air, roughly about $700, if not $600 or $800. The big thing I think is obviously going to be the compact size look, even though it's going to be obviously a little bit bigger than the Spark. The 4K 60, the obstacle avoidance pretty much almost all the way around the drone. I don't know. I just think it's interesting, and the battery life being where it's expected to be. Let me know your thoughts down below. Is this DJI Mavic Air a really cool thing? Is it kind of like, meh? I mean, to me, in 2014 or 2015, the drone market was still kind of new. Then it blew up. And I think the drone market is, it's not really there anymore, so I don't really know if all the excitement's there. You can let me know that down below as well. They're still trying to figure out a way to bring the excitement back to drones. For me, it's not fully there anymore. That's why I really don't drone. But it's still interesting what you can do with that, but it's just severely regulated. A lot of places you can't even fly and everything, so it does get rather annoying. But are drones still relevant to this day? Sure. Are they getting harder to fly? Yes. But DJI Mavic Air, interesting. You'll be able to throw it in a bag, and you're good to go.